Good morning, everybody. Either welcome back from the little break after the teaching this morning, or welcome to our last first Sunday in this space. I think it's actually our last Sunday in this space, isn't it? Yeah, so this is it. You made it. That's awesome. Should you feel like coming and sitting in this space one last time, there's going to be a practice Tuesday, this Tuesday at 7. Everybody's invited. I'll be leading it. It's going to be our last practice Tuesday for a while, too, since we don't really have easy access like this in the new space. So feel free to come. That's at 7 to about 8:15. I don't know if I introduced myself, but I'm Claire Villarreal. I have not. Okay. I'm one of the senior students here at Dawn Mountain, and we all take turns just leading the Sunday morning meditation. So for our practice this morning, we're going to do a really simple but really profound practice given to us specifically for this Sunday morning meditation by our teacher Adzam Rinpoche in Tibet. So what we do basically is we alternate between sitting and resting our attention at the center of the abdomen, which the Tibetans call the do. You might have heard it called the dantian, the hara. So we rest our attention here, and then every now and then we'll turn our attention towards sound. So we're all just going to sound the syllable hong together. And if you're uncomfortable sounding that syllable, that's fine. You can just listen to everybody else. But the thing that we're kind of practicing is the ability to let the mind settle, to let the mind rest on an object, which in the case of focusing on the center of the abdomen is that expansion and contraction that you feel inside your body as you breathe. So we're kind of used to having like a visual map of the body, or at least I am. I'm a very visual person. And it's easy to kind of imagine from the outside, like what our abdomen might look like as we're breathing, or we tend to judge our bodies based on what they look like. And here we're actually trying to take our attention inside the body. Sometimes I like to imagine as if like somehow my mind were like a pebble, and it just kind of floats down through the inside of my body and kind of comes to rest here. You might have your own techniques for kind of centering your mind there. And one of our guiding teachers likes to say that you can kind of invite the mind to come in with the breath. So you imagine that energy of the breath coming down into the center of the abdomen, and then your attention just kind of stays there. So those are some different options for how to try that kind of settling with the breath. You can try whatever you like and see what works for you. If you find that that's just really not working, you can, do something like counting the breaths or labeling them in and out, but then you might find that at a certain point you don't need that anymore. You can kind of let go and just stay with sensations of breath. So that's probably the bulk of what we'll be doing with this meditation. And then when we shift our attention to sound, it's a type of object of meditation that feels very different from resting on the physical sensations. So a lot of people don't think of sound as an object of meditation, but pretty much anything can be an object of meditation. Like even your thoughts can be an object of meditation. They just happen to be very unstable. So as we sound the syllable hung together, if you're sounding it, you can feel it in your body and you can hear it. So you can just play with what does it feel like to have sound as an object of meditation. If you're a musician, this might be really comfortable to you. You can play with this in your regular life too. Like if you want to get just a little bit of meditation practice in the middle of the day, you can just sit and listen to the sounds around you as though you were listening to your favorite piece of music. So no judgment, no grabbing on, you're just kind of letting that sound flow through, and you might find that that's for you a better way to rest your mind than trying to rest it on the breath. If you don't feel like sounding that hung with everybody around you, that's fine too. You can just listen to that sound. And whether you're sounding the syllable or not, you're going to have thoughts coming up while you sound it or while you're hearing it. So just notice, what's that like? As I'm resting my mind on sound and I become distracted and then I come back to that sound, what does that feel like? And then as you return to the center of the abdomen, you can just see, like, how is it different to have those two types of object of meditation? So those are some thoughts about how you can use this meditation session as kind of a an opportunity to observe how your mind works and how focus works. And the other thing is, if you were here for the little teaching at 10:30, we talked about impermanence. You can just notice whatever your object of meditation is, whether it's a physical sensation or a sound, can you find something in that that doesn't change? Like, how long does your mind rest on the breathing here? If you're thinking, how long does your mind stay in that thought? If that hung is going on, how long does that sound go on without changing? So it's really whether you're just resting with the sensations of breath and sound, or whether you're investigating impermanence, this is an opportunity to just dig into your own personal experience, which is at the end of the day what meditation is about. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So we will start with settling the mind down into the center of the abdomen. So if you're familiar with chakras, sometimes this is called the navel chakra. So it's a few fingers below your navel and a few fingers inside the body. And if you can't feel anything in particular, that's fine. You can just let your attention be kind of here without expansion and contraction. So the first thing to do is we'll set our posture. You can imagine that the seat of your body, whether you're on a chair, cushion, you can imagine that seat is heavy. You're kind of being drawn down toward the center of the earth. Like all the weight in your body kind of drops down. And you might even feel your back or your shoulders relax a little bit because you're not having to like hold yourself. So your weight drops down. And then you imagine a string kind of pulling the crown of the head up to get your spine nice and straight. And then you relax that too. So you're just resting. Heavy base, light, upright spine. You might find that it's helpful to begin by taking a few long, deep breaths and imagining the energy of that breath going all the way down into your abdomen. And then as you feel comfortable, you can either let your eyes just be gently resting closed, or if you're able to, in this tradition, it's a little preferable to have them slightly open and you're gazing down at about 45 degrees. So just a comfortable, relaxed angle for your eyes. But even though your eyes are open, you're keeping your attention inside the body, just feeling that center of the abdomen expand and contract. As your attention begins to settle and to rest at the center of the abdomen, you'll probably notice more clearly when you're thinking, when you're distracted. That's natural. And just see if you can kind of feel into the spaciousness of the center of the abdomen, the spaciousness of your mind, and just allow those thoughts to move through that vast open space of your mind without the mind collapsing down, getting stuck on the thoughts, which is going to happen too. That's totally fine. So you just notice that feeling of collapsing onto the thought if you can. You notice that feeling of waking up out of that thought if you can. It's all like a big game. Now we'll sound the syllable hung, which is related to awakened mind in Tibetan Buddhism. And everybody can just sound it at your own pace, and then it'll gradually die off together. And as your attention shifts back from the sound to the physical sensations inside the body, just try to notice what was different about attending to sound, and now how does it feel to attend to physical sensation? Again, still hopefully with that spaciousness, that openness that allows thoughts to just pass through the mind. Again, we turn our attention to the sound hong. Again, we drop the attention back down into the center of the abdomen. So in just a moment, we're going to take about a 10-minute break. Before we go on our break, I just want to let you know that there's a book going around somewhere that people are writing names in. Aha, Deborah has it. So if you know anyone who, for instance, is in the Bardo right now, who's recently passed away, or if they're sick, or they just need some extra support, you can put their name in there. You can put your own name in there. So if you haven't had a chance to put names in there yet, please do that over the break. And there should be snacks. I don't actually know what's left out there, but there's a little break area, and there might be stuff to eat. Yeah. All right.
I ask precious 3 gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The 5 skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly. I ask precious 3 gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The 5 skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
Bole Chi zhe den ye ye de de kar zo lo ma ngan di phung en zo pa na chi lo te men do che war so hi de de kar zo lo ma len je lo me yen pe me gi do par po yin la ye ge
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
kun jo ren che na sa do we ni ne be na to je shen je zi ro re sa ye na me do Thaga me yil te mi ta to bole te chi zhe den ye ye de de kar zo lo ma ngan di phung en zo pa na chi lo te men do ni ne che war so hi de de kar zo lo ma len je lo me yen pe me gi do par po yin la ye ge
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
근조른 지나서 도민이 버나 토지신 제지로 레사 예나메도 타가메 일때 미타 도볼레제 기주된 예여 때데 가르솔로마 안디 풍인 소파 난기로 때면도 니네 기와라서 히 때데 가르솔로마 렌제 로메엠베 미기도 parapoye 라지게
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
근조른 지나서 도민이 버나 토지신 제지로 레사 예나메도 타가메 일때 미타 도볼레제 기주된 예여 때데 가르솔로마 안디 풍인 소파 난기로 때면도 니네 기와라서 히 때데 가르솔로마 렌 lo me yen pe me gi do para po yin la ye.
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student?
Hello again. Break went a little long. Sorry about that. So we'll probably get out a little late, but hopefully not too late. Excuse me. So in the first part of the practice that we did, we were kind of focusing on allowing our mind to rest on an object. The object of the sensations at the center of the abdomen or the object of sound. So in the second part of the meditation, we're actually going to send out, just imagine sending out light from the center of our heart and kind of sharing whatever feels good, whatever feels wholesome about what we just did. We're going to imagine sharing it with everybody. So the first time, we're going to imagine this time using the sound ah to kind of like share the benefits of our practice. So the first time we sound ah, we're going to imagine that from the center of our heart, this white light goes all through our own body, and it just dissolves every single cell into light. And this light kind of has like the flavor of like healing, clarifying, purifying, if you want to like think of it that way, just kind of getting rid of stress. And then the second time that we sound it, we're going to imagine sharing this light with everyone else in the room and also receiving from everyone else in the room. And sometimes the receiving is the harder part for some of us. So we're going to do that practice. And then the third time, we're going to just share the light with everyone. So we imagine it going out through Houston, Texas, the US, the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere, like the entire globe, the solar system, the galaxy, the universe, the multiverse, like whatever, however far your mind wants to go with that. And if your mind just makes it like to this whole room, that's fine too. Okay, so we'll just kind of settle back into our posture, settle back into whatever settled state we can touch into. We bring our attention to our heart center, and we just imagine it sort of filling with white light. And now we'll sound ah, feel it dissolving all our body into light. And with a second ah, I'm going to share, send, and receive this light to and from everyone in the room. And with a third ah, we send it out throughout all of space. So we did this final part with white light. Traditionally, the hung is associated with blue light. So really, any color of light that feels good to you, you can use that as a kind of vehicle for sharing this positivity with everyone. So do people have the little sheet? Yeah, okay. So let's kind of wrap it up by singing some aspirations for ourselves and all living beings. I'm going to grab a sheet right quick. So let's start by singing these aspiration verses. And these verses are connected with the 4 forms of boundless heart cultivation: love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. And now we'll sing the blessing verse. Let me see, Jessica, would you be willing to light the candle? Thank you. You're usually behind the broadcast station or something. So now we'll sing this blessing verse. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. Thank you. So now I'll read the names that we've written in the book, and if you feel like imagining light going to these people or just wishing them well, you can, in whatever way feels good, imagine sharing the benefits of your own practice with them. Okay. May this practice benefit all living beings, and especially Irene Schwartz in the Bardo, Sally Kornhauser, Lisa Gordon and family, Antonius Gunawan Agung, Indonesian earthquake and tsunami victims, John's peace of mind, Namke Norbu and his students. For Laura, happy birthday to Happy birthday to Kathy Gervasi, Sue Fitzpatrick in the Bardo, Tammy Borton, Harry Hutton, Edgar, Sadie Patience Burrow, Gary Gaunt, Anthony L., Christina L. in ICU, our broadcasters, Gina, Jenny, Jose, Araceli, Mike, Beto, Camachos, Alyssa Ray, Doris, Hal, Rolf, Safe Travel, Emma, Danielle, Katie, Mary Y. in the Bardo, Barbara for surgery, Ann and Harvey, Dawn Mountain staff, Cheryl, our new Dawn Mountain homes, Jerry, Franklin the cat, Healing for Our Country, Gary and broadcast team, Mary Scott and family, Charlie B., Oleg in the Bardo, All Beings in Six Realms, Joe Reppin in the Bardo, Baby Lane, Daniel, Travel, Sean, Matilde, I mispronounced that, sorry, Valerie, Charles and Janet, Madeline, Rob for strength and fortitude and challenges he faces and for the knowledge that he is enough. Eloise, Christian, Gloria Jean, Carol Sue, Dominica, Julie, Kenneth, Jim and family, Gus, Raheem, Jessica, Ana Silva, Leonardo Pratt, Giselle Pratt, Ferran Pratt, Maria Zancanaro, Isabella Zancanaro, Ayelet Harris, David Harris, Ben Harris, Serena Harris, Robert Harris, John McWhorter, Ansi, Sani, Maria Luisa, Selwa, Allen, Sue Fitzpatrick and the Bardo, Carol Zoner, Steve Zoner, Tammy Borton, Sadie, Patience, Burrow, Siddharth, Vasuda, Aruna, Palash, Mary Urowitz in the Bardo, and Lois Symes, Bill in the Bardo, Monica for health and job, Claire Fanger and her mom, Melissa and baby, Miriam Cypress, Alice Runyon in the Bardo, and all living beings. Let's just say one final ah for everybody and for our move. All right, Mary Scott, I'm sure you have some announcements for us. Do you want this? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, and thank you so much. And as you can see, we're in transition, and I want to just start by saying huge thank you to so many people who have already helped, and I will leave some of you out, so I apologize, but Gary, Charlie, Vatana, Mike, Beata, Simone, Vasuda, Jessica, Mark, Joan, Deborah, and Daniela, all of whom have put in amazing hours already, and we've done a huge amount, and of course we're not quite there yet, and so now you get a chance to participate if you haven't, or you can come back if you have. I'm recruiting for a very special project on Wednesday evening. At 6 o'clock, we will gather here to take apart Rinpoche's throne. And then at 7, David will arrive with his van, and we will put it into the van and take it to the storage unit and unpack it there. It sounds like a really long, arduous process, but it's not. And it's kind of fun because the way this thing is constructed is an absolute, beautiful marvel, and you get to be up close and personal with it, and there's a lot of great vibes. So come on and participate with us Wednesday at 6 to start the taking apart process. Other than that, we will be here every day this week. The movers are coming on Wednesday morning to take the majority of the stuff like furniture and boxes and everything that we won't be needing. The broadcast equipment is still in the process of being very carefully packed, and Gary would love to have the opportunity to order you around for an hour today, tomorrow, or Tuesday. Any moment that you could be here and you could come and tell me if there's any chance that you could come and help us. And so that's all. Please come and help. Next Sunday, we will meditate together at the Institute for Spirituality and Health in the Texas Medical Center. It's not really in the Texas Medical Center. It's 1.2 miles from here. You access the parking lot from a street called La Concha, which is not a long street. And if you got the October newsletter, there are approximately 13 links to the map because every event that's taking place at ISH has the link. So you could just pick one and click on it and you could see, and it says, please enter from La Concha. the parking lot is gated, and we are part of our negotiation is that we will have a security guard there to open the gate. It's quite likely that on Sunday the gate will be open, but if you approach and it's not, you just press the button and then the guard will see you on the camera and will let you in. So there will be a little bit of adjustment. The Institute for Spirituality and Health space in that building at 8100 Greenbrier is actually on the 3rd floor. So we'll be taking an elevator up. But then you're rewarded in the 3rd floor. It's the top floor. Then you'll be rewarded in the yoga room by a beautiful view. So, so come on to yoga at 9:30 and then meditation at 11. And we will have our cushions and, you know, our zabutons and our zafus there. And, of course, plenty of chairs. And the snack program will be in full force. Yes.
How long are we going to be there?
Oh, boy. So someone wants to know how long we're going to be there. So ISH has been alerted that we probably need to be there through January. Quite honestly, it's going to extend beyond that. But because this is a major accommodation on their part for us to be there, we will be proceeding with all deliberate care and communication and see how it's going. So we'll have a check-in in 30 days, and if it seems like we can be there for the duration of our bardo, then we will, and I hope that we will, but that just means we have to be very good guests, and that means we have to pick up the cushions every time, and we have to, which is not hard, but it's not what we're used to. So I will appreciate everybody's support and cooperation and good humor as we go forward, most especially. And speaking of all of that, today, could we stack the cushions over against the garage door? That would be really helpful to the broadcasters who still have some cables to remove. And chairs can lean on the wall. Yes?
Will that information about the security gate and Wakancha be on the website?
Yes, very excellent question, and yes, we'll get it up there ASAP. And there is also if you're not following us on Facebook, I'm going to be putting a lot of this kind of day-to-day info on Facebook. So please, even if you join for no other reason than to follow Dawn Mountain, we would really appreciate that because that's a quick and easy way to communicate with folks, many folks.
Our page is public, so you shouldn't have to actually have a Facebook account. Microphone, please.
So as Claire reminds me, the Dawn Mountains page is public. So it's like any other business page there. You don't actually have to have an account. You can just go to facebook.com/Dawn Mountain, and there we are. Any other questions? Did I leave anything out? Y'all are amazing. I cannot imagine trying to do this without each and every one of you, even though even the people who are not here at the moment. So thank you, and it's going to be an adventure, but in the end, it's going to be so worth it. Anne has given our new home a new name, which is the Skylit Temple. And just wait. Just wait. Okay, thank you. Oh, yes, okay. As you may or may not know, Lama Tenzin comes every year to teach for 2 weekends at Dawn Mountain. The first weekend is a big retreat, which is open to the general public, and that will be taking place at ISH. So Friday, November 2nd, starting at 7 p.m., all day Saturday, November 3rd, and half of the day Sunday, November 4th. There will not be a meal plan. The good news about ISH location is you're right there with all of that food that's in the Main Street Kirby kind of realm, and it'll be quite easy to get something delicious to eat. Question?
Yes. When there's the retreat, will we have regular meditation
Yep.
at this temporary center?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So Sunday meditation will continue as usual, even though the retreat is taking place. So just as it does here, there are 2 spaces that we can use at ISH that are separated by this unbelievably cool movable partition that is also an acoustic barrier. So it takes 2 minutes for it to come down into position, and then it inflates itself. Yeah, so no. I mean, when you give us $30,000, yes. But But yeah, and if you're really nice to me, I'll let you be one of the people who holds the button because it's a 2-person job. The other thing that's good to know about ISH, on Tuesday evenings, there's a gentleman named Henderson Smith who's a wonderful Tai Chi teacher in Houston. He teaches Tai Chi there from 6 to 7. So if you're in the neighborhood and you want to come at 6 for Tai Chi and then 7 o'clock for meditation, you just need to go, for Teaching Tuesdays on the 1st and 3rd, go to the ISH website. All that's going to be on Facebook as well. So we want to really, act in gratitude to ISH. And his classes are not free, but they're quite reasonably priced, and I think you would really like it. Okay? Yeah. Oh, sure.
Okay, I know this is like the epic day of announcements. I just want to make an announcement about Sunday meditations, and this is particularly for the online people. Because we're moving into a new space and we can't really set up our broadcast equipment, and we're just figuring out right now like how we're even going to broadcast stuff from there, we probably are going to have at least a few Sundays where we're going to broadcast the meditation so we can figure out how to broadcast, but it's not certain that we're going to be doing Sunday broadcasts indefinitely while we're in our Bardo space. So we're thinking about ways, if we decide we're not going to do Sunday morning broadcasts live for a while, we're thinking about ways of, maybe making a playlist of some of our favorite Sunday morning meditations. So there will be something available, maybe a recommended meditation every week or something. But just so you know, there's a lot of uncertainty. And for the practice Tuesdays, those are not going to be held in person while we're in this in-between space. So again, you're going to see an announcement about that. And probably that's going to be, a recommended practice video, some of our favorite teachings from Ann and Harvey. So it'll be a little bit fresh and new and something that we hope y'all will enjoy. Maybe give us some feedback on so we can figure out, how best to really deliver some new content for those practice Tuesdays. So this coming Tuesday is going to be your last practice Tuesday for the duration of our Bardo. Okay, that's all I got.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all.